extinct animals.
Passenger pigeon. Native to North America, the passenger or wild pigeon has been extinct since the early 20th century. It is estimated that between 3 and 5 billion passenger pigeons inhabited the U.S. when Europeans arrived in North America, but their settlement led to mass deforestation, resulting in habitat loss and a reduction in the bird population. By the 19th century, pigeon meat was commercialized as a cheap food for the poor, which resulted in hunting on a massive scale. The passenger pigeon died out in the wild by around 1,900, with the last known individual dying in captivity in 1914. Tasmanian tiger. Native to Australia, Tasmania, and New Guinea, the Tasmanian tiger was a large carnivorous marsupial. Not related to tigers, the creature had the appearance of a medium to large size dog. It weighed 30 kg with a nose to tail length of almost 2 meters, but dark stripes gave it a tiger-like appearance. It is believed to have been hunted to extinction. This was encouraged by bounties but human encroachment into its habitat. The introduction of dogs and disease could also have contributed. The last wild Tasmanian tiger was killed between 1910 and 1920, with the last captive and one dying in Hobart Zoo, Tasmania in 1936. Steller sea cow. Named after George Steller, naturalist who discovered the creature in 1741. Steller sea cow was a large herbivorous mammal. It is believed that Steller sea cow, which grew to at least 8 to 9 meters and weighed around 8 to 10 tons, inhabited the near island southwest of Alaska in the Commander Island in the Bering Sea. It is believed that the mammal was tame and spent most of its time eating kelp. This and the fact that it was unable to submerge its enormous body is possibly what made it vulnerable to human hunters. Within 27 years of discovery by Europeans, Steller sea cow was hunted to extinction.
Great auk. Found in North Atlantic, a large flightless bird. It had an average height of 75 to 85 cm and weighed about 5 kg. The great auk was a powerful swimmer which helped it to hunt underwater for food. The last colony of auks lived on the island of LD, and by 1835 they had all been killed. The last of this bird was killed by the 3 men who caught it on St. Kilda, Scotland in 1844. When a large storm surged, they believed that the auk was a witch and was causing the storm, so they killed it. Woolly mammoth, an enormous mammal believed to be closely related to the modern-day elephant. Its ancestors migrated out of Africa about 3.5 million years ago, spreading across northern Eurasia and North America. The creature was over 4 meters tall and could weigh over 6 tons. They were covered in fur, and their curved tusks could easily be up to 5 meters long. The woolly mammoth eventually disappeared 10,000 years ago through a combination of hunting by humans and the disappearance of its habitat through climate change. The last of the isolated woolly mammoth population is believed to have vanished from Wrangel Island in the Arctic Ocean around 1700 BC. Saber-toothed cat, often called saber-toothed tigers or saber-toothed lions, Quiet bear-like in build, they were believed to be excellent hunters and hunted animals such as sloths and mammoths. They existed 55 million to 11,700 years ago. Saber-toothed cats were carnivores named for the elongated blade-like canine teeth, which in some species were up to 50 cm long. These felines could open their jaws at an angle of 120 degrees, almost twice as wide as a modern lion. It is believed that saber-toothed cat's extinction may be linked to the decline and extinction of the large herbivores they hunted. Other explanations include climate change and competition with humans.
Dodo bird, an extinct flightless bird that inhabits Mauritius. The dodo was about 1 meter tall and may have weighed 10 to 18 kilograms. The only account we have of the dodo appearance is through varied illustration and written accounts from the 17th century, so its exact appearance remains unresolved. It is presumed that bird became flightless due to availability of abundant food source, seeds, roots, and fallen fruit, and a relative absence of predators. The Dutch sailors first recorded a mention of the dodo in 1598. The dodo was hunted to extinction by sailors and their domesticated animals and invasive species. The last widely accepted sighting of the dodo was in 1662.
Extinct plants.
Archiphyactus, 145 million to 100 million years ago, are considered to be one of the oldest flowering plants. They belong to the Cretaceous age and were densely available in the northern regions of China. Archiphyactus extinct genus plant, their reproductive organs were based on the stem of the plant.
Rhododendron, about 359 million to 299 million years ago. By the end of the Mesozoic era, these plants died out. It was giant herb that grew up to 100 feet sometimes. They did not have seeds. Instead, they have reproduced through spires. Also known as a scale tree, Lepidodendron was coral forest area.
Valeriana affinis. The reason for the plant's sudden disappearance remains a mystery to this day. The mysterious plant, originally found, has been surveyed many over the last 100 years and consequently it must now be considered extinct. This dry weather-loving annual grew exclusively on the hill slope of Yemen in the 19th century.
Calamites. Calamites appear about 360 to 250 million years ago. Calamites were medium-sized trees that grew in the Carboniferous era. They also reproduced through the formation of spores. Calamites is a genus of extinct arborescent horsetails to which the modern horsetail are closely related. These plants were medium-sized trees growing to height of 30 to 50 meters. Coxsacnia. Coxsacnia were primarily land plants known to have existed on Earth about 425 million years ago. It is famous as the first land plant that had true venous conductive tissue to transport water and sugar around the plant. Coxsacnia is an ancient type of simple plant similar to a moss that lived in the late Silurian to early Devonian 415 million years ago. They were small and lacked leaves, flower, and roots. They only had slender stalks. They thrive in the present regions of Australia and Britain.
Extinct microorganism.
Smallpox virus, an acute contagious disease caused by the variola virus, a member of the orthopox virus family, declared eradicated in 1978. Estimated date of destruction of the last samples 1999 to 2002. Poliomyelitis virus. Polio is an illness caused by a virus that mainly affects nerves in the spinal cord or brain stem. In its most severe form, polio can lead to a person being unable to move certain limbs, also called paralysis. Estimated date of eradication 2004.
Leprosy bacterium. Leprosy is chronic bacterial infection of the skin and superficial nerves caused by Mycobacterium leprae. It may also involve the nose, eyes, throat, and testicle. Leprosy is also known as Hansen's disease. Hansen's disease or HD, estimate date of eradication 2010 Arium.